Hey guys, how's it going? So today I am going to do a first impression let's play a review of a game called Tainted Grail Fall of Avalon. I previously played a game from this same studio, and I did do a review on the game as far as I can remember, which is Tainted Grail Conquest. And Tainted Grail Conquest is a turn-based type game, almost similar to Darkest Dungeon and Slay the Spire, those types of games, but this game is actually better than both of those in my opinion. It's a really good, I guess I can say, deck building type game. The developers say it's a roguelike, but it's not roguelike. This game is nothing like a rogue. It might be a roguelite, but it's not a roguelike because, I mean, you can just look at the screenshots. This game is nothing like Rogue. But that's a very common mistake that people make. It's a misnomer to call this game a roguelike. But I did review the game on Steam. I believe I also reviewed the game on my channel. I can't remember exactly. I think I did, but and anyway, it's a very good game of this type. And now the developers a while ago actually released this game into early access. So this game is Tainted Grail Fall of Avalon, whereas the other one is Tainted Grail Conquest. And like I say, they are two vastly different games. The one is a turn-based rogue-lite game, a card game, and this one is more of an open world fighting game, I guess I can say. I don't know. I've only looked at the screenshot so far, and yeah, the developer sent me a key, so we're gonna check out the game today. The developers also provided me with access to a content creator only piece of content. So the game currently has not been updated in around 120 days according to SteamDB, but they are going to release this content within the next couple of weeks, I think. But there is currently an embargo on this content that we're going to be playing today, but I will be uploading the video after the embargo is up, after it's finished. So right now I'm going to play content that is not currently released, that is currently under embargo, and then I will upload the video, and then the video will go live when the embargo is up. And then shortly after that, maybe a week or two after that, basically sometime in June, I believe, it's currently May, so sometime in June they will release this content. So today the content that you're gonna watch is not currently available to the public in the game, and they will be releasing this content sometime in June, I believe. So anyway, we're gonna be playing the game today, and we're going to be evaluating the game as the game is currently with this content. The game is still currently in early access. The game is $30 right now. So as always with all of my first impression reviews, I'm going to be evaluating the game based on what the content currently is in the game. So the game is $30, so we're gonna see today if the game can be worth $30. I always say it in my reviews. It doesn't matter if the game is $10 right now or $100 right now. It has to be worth the money right now. Doesn't matter if the game is in early access or not. You are paying $30, so I'm going to evaluate this game based on the $30 price tag. Doesn't matter if it's in early access, there has to be $30 worth of game available right now. So but yeah, I'm gonna be playing the game for an hour or more today. We will see how long I want to play the game, and then I am going to be giving you my running commentary as we play through the game today, and I'm going to be telling you what I think is good and bad about the game as we play through the game today. If you are in a hurry and you don't want to watch the full 1 hour or more of the video today, then you can simply skip to the last 10 minutes or so of the video. I will put the timestamp in the description below, and you can simply skip to that timestamp if you are in a hurry and you only want to hear what my final opinion on the game is and whether or not I can recommend the game for $30 today. But if you're not in a hurry, then you can just stay tuned, and I will be playing through the game, and I will be giving you my running commentary and telling what I think is good and bad about the game as we play through the game today. So one thing that I don't like is that data collection is on by default. It should not be on by default. That's one issue. The other issue is the fact that the game contains copyrighted music. No game should ever contain copyrighted music. So this game does contain copyrighted music. So we have enabled, well, we have disabled the copyrighted music. So the game will not contain copyrighted music. And we will evaluate the game on that. We will evaluate the game on the music that is in the game with the copyrighted music disabled. And if the music is shit, then we are going to evaluate the music as being shit, because that is the choice that the developer has made. Otherwise than that, no real issues here. Let me see, does this actually change anything? Okay, so there is full screen borderless. Then there is windowed mode. Then there is exclusive full screen mode. And then there's nothing else. So that means that borderless full screen, well, borderless windowed mode is not available. So the game is missing one of the 4 different display modes. The game does not have a borderless windowed mode available at all, which isn't too bad. It's not the end of the world that that mode is not available, but still, the game must have 4 different display modes, and it only has 3 right now. Otherwise than that, you can change your display settings over here. The game does have DLSS and AMD FSR as well, even though we're not going to do that because it lowers the quality of the game. So we're going to play the game on high quality. Everything is on high. Fog quality is on medium. We will see that the game set that by default. I didn't change it, so the game set but that by default. And yeah, everything is on high otherwise except subsurface scattering, but once again the game set that on medium by itself. I simply selected high and the game selected all of these other settings. But yeah, a good amount of different settings here. Texture quality, vegetation, FX quality, all of the good stuff that you would normally expect of a game. I don't see character detail or anything like that. Character detail or object detail is not here. So we will have to see if the game has characters. If the game has characters, then character detail is missing. If the game doesn't have characters, then character detail is not missing. But the game will almost certainly have characters. A character is either an NPC or an enemy. So the enemies, the monsters, the enemies in the game, and the NPCs in the game should have a separate toggle for the display quality, which normally you would see here as character detail. So there is no character detail or character quality changes here that you can select. So that is not good. You should be allowed to change the character detail or the object detail of the game. But yeah, otherwise than that, I don't see any real issues. So just really at the end of the day, one missing mode over there, and the game has copyrighted audio, which it should not have. And then I don't see a character detail or an object detail slider here. So those are really the only issues that I can see with the game right now. So with that being said, let's jump into the game. So begin your adventure. Strongly recommended to first time players. Blah blah blah. Prologue takes 1 hour to complete, and then obviously after that it will automatically move to this, and then after that it will move to this, hopefully. Re-experience the Horns of the South. While there is no new story content, both gameplay and visuals have been refined and upgraded. You can now seamlessly travel from Act 1 to Act 2. Okay, so you will go from this to this. This starts you directly from Act 2 to choose a preset level 20 character, blah blah blah, and then another 10 to 20 hours of gameplay. So 10 to 20 hours here, another 10 to 20 hours here, and then the prologue is 1 hour. So you will obviously be able to move from year to year. If you cannot move from year to year, that will be a very big issue. I hate it when there is a standalone tutorial. I despise standalone tutorials in games. So I hope for the developer's sake that this game does not have a standalone tutorial. No game should ever have a standalone tutorial.
The all-consuming Red Death. 600 years ago, King Arthur led the Great Escape from the homelands, where our kingdoms were ravaged by the plague. Leading people to Avalon, he started the Age of Conquest and took the island from the Four Dwellers. Using the mysterious powers of Menhirs, together with Merlin, they cleansed the land of the weirdness, a primordial force of chaos and possibility. But now, long after the death of the king, Camelot is in shambles as Avalon fractures into chaos. Old legends are gone, and the weirdness is creeping back into our lands. The bleeding heart of the plague has started beating once more. And the Red Death has returned. Rulers of the island Asylum, an order of the Red Priests, are desperate to stop it by any means necessary. Rotting in one of their cells is a stranger who might bring a spark of change to this cursed island stuck in everlasting autumn.
So I'm not a fan of 2.5D cinematics. You can hardly call it a cinematic, but yeah, I'm really not a fan of 2.5D cinematics because they are pretty lazy in my opinion. I would much rather just prefer an in-game cinematic or anything like that, you know. Wow, literally the only change between these are the hair color, nothing else, even though the portraits clearly don't match. And then this one is a much darker skinned, different face as well, with a headband as well. So the portraits don't match what's actually happening. But then anyway, so you get different males. This one, once again, just different hair. The face is exactly the same. That doesn't even match the hairstyle. So anyway, We will go with this preset, and then we will be able to customize the preset, hopefully. Muscular, can you zoom in? No, you can't zoom in. Normal, muscular. So those are the only two changes. These faces don't even match. Like this is not the face that is over here. Can't zoom in and out still. Game doesn't allow you to zoom in and out. And so what are these faces? Different faces. Like all of these faces over here look exactly the same. There's no difference here. Literally no changes. Okay, so those those changes are useless. There's basically no change. It's just like changing the nose and the eyebrows. That's pretty useless. I always say, like, if you're gonna have a shitty character creator, don't even put the character creator in the game. Like, just don't bother with a character creator. This one doesn't have anything. Literally, these two are exactly the same. Like, if you're gonna put a shitty character creator in the game, just don't bother. Just leave it alone. Just make the character a standard female or male choice. Because when you do a shitty character creator, you might as well not have put the character creator in the game at all. So you have 4 different hairstyle choices. This one, this one, this one, and this one. That's literally all of the different choices that you have in the game. That's pretty bad. Like I say, 4 different choices. That's basically so few choices. They might as well not give you any choices. I like this color, but it's a little bit brutal. Can you change the saturation at all? Okay, you can't give a beard to the female. I would have wanted to give a beard to the female. So yeah, like I said, if you're gonna put a character creator in the game and it's a shitty character creator, you might as well not even have bothered, because they don't allow you to change the saturation on the hair. Like, this is too saturated. Like, really, it's too much. So I would have wanted to change the saturation, and yeah, they don't allow you to do that. So either they should allow you to change the saturation, or they must provide you with way more colors. Like, they must give you a blue, dark blue, light blue, cayenne, dark cayenne, light cayenne, turquoise, light turquoise. Like, they must give you 100 different colors over here, or they must just allow you to change the saturation. So yeah, this is very poor, to be honest. It's not good. I like this color, but it's too much. Let's go with this one. So yeah, that's all that you get. Like, it's really not a good character creator. It's very poor. Like, seriously, they might as well not even have put it in the game. And then okay, this is another issue. I always say, when you are given the choice of a difficulty, of the game difficulty, you must be told what is changing. You must be told on normal, you deal 100% damage and you receive 100% damage, and you have 100% health, and there are 100% enemies, and there's 100% gold drop rate. And then on easy, you maybe, I don't know, receive 50% damage, you deal 150% damage, you gain 50% more gold, you know, that type of shit. And then on survival, like, you will have 20% health, you will deal 70% damage, gold drop rate will be reduced by 70%, you know, that kind of shit. And you aren't being provided any information here, literally. No information whatsoever. They do not give you a single bit of information. So that's a really big issue, because this choice right here, according to the developers, 10 hours to 20 hours for Act 1 and 10 hours to 20 hours for Act 2. So that's potentially 40 hours of your life that is going to be determined by this choice right here. And you have no fucking idea what this choice does. You have no idea. You don't know if it's going to be too difficult, too easy. You have no idea. So this is a choice that's going to determine 40 hours of your life, and you don't know what it does. So that's not good in the slightest.
Rise and shine, rise and shine. Yes, it's me again. And I hope this time you'll cooperate, without me needing to repeatedly hit you in the face, eh?
Mouse sensitivity is a little bit low. Let's turn that up a little bit. So camera sensitivity 160. Yeah, that's better. Hey, a lot of stuttering.
Look, we just have to get this over and done with. Unless you want a visit from someone upstairs. And trust me, you don't. Just like before, no food until we're done here. And the moment you start getting on my nerves, we're going back to my tried and tested fists. So, tell me, what were you doing in the forest when the Red Shields caught you?
Okay, so this changes your skills. One-handed, two-handed, blocking, heavy armor, and athletics. Once again, over here on the left side, you're not being provided with much information at all. For instance, with athletics, it says +3 athletics, and then it says slightly increased speed, sprinting and swimming speed. It doesn't say how much. So it doesn't say how much additional sprinting speed or swimming speed you will get from +3 athletics. The same with all of the other stuff. One-handed, slightly increased damage with one-handed weapons. +3, it doesn't say how much damage increased with one-handed weapons. So you don't know if you're gonna be running 1% faster or 7 trillion% faster. The same with the one-handed. You don't know if you're going to be dealing 1% additional damage or 7 trillion% additional damage. So once again, you are not being provided any salient information that can actually be used to make an educated decision on these choices. Archery, medium armor, athletics, evasion, and then sneak. Archery is always, in my opinion, dependent on whether or not the game uses arrows. If the game uses unlimited arrows, then archery is good. If the game doesn't use unlimited arrows, then archery is quite a bit worse. And then it depends on how easy it is to obtain arrows. If it's very easy to obtain arrows, then it's a little bit better. But a lot of these types of games, arrows are difficult to obtain and difficult to craft, if you can even craft arrows. I don't know if the game has crafting. So yeah, I like archery, but only if arrows are not a fucking pain in the ass to obtain. And this one is one-handed and archery, slightly armored, agility and sneak. One-handed, light armor, magic and alchemy. And then stay silent. I wonder what stay silent will do. So this one is not good because you are a jack of all trades. If you, let's say you choose two-handed, you are a two-handed character, then the one-handed skill is fucking useless and the blocking skill is fucking useless. So you lose 2 skills there. If you do this one, then it's actually good. You will benefit from all of those skills. If you choose this one, then you will not be able to benefit from either one-handed or archery. So since you can only really choose one at the end of the day. And then with this one, you will basically only not be able to benefit from one-handed, because obviously if you choose this one, you will go for magic. So you basically will lose the one-handed skill. You won't be using the one-handed skill much unless you're like a battle mage. Then if you are like a battle mage, you will obviously benefit from both of them. But yeah, I'm tempted to go for the magic, but once again, it just depends on mana. Does mana automatically regenerate? Because in some games mana does not automatically regenerate. Is there healing magic? Like, healing magic is also important in these types of games, if you think about Skyrim or Oblivion or anything like that. So I would want to go with this one, the hunting one, but I think I'm gonna go with this one. I'm gonna take a chance and hope that magic is powerful enough to work with.
Yeah, you look like one of those half-starved druids who survived the Charred Conclave. We've picked almost all of you up from the forest by now, so there aren't many of you crooks left out there. So, you're a tree hugger then?
So, alchemy +9, cooking +3, instant healing spell, healing value 10. Light armor, athletics, magic, shoots a small burning projectile. Light armor slightly increases the percentage of damage blocked by light armors. Increases quality of crafted potions. So it's basically offensive versus defensive for the most part, even though I would have liked to get this one with the healing spell. It's unfortunate that they don't just allow you to create your character. Like you now basically have to make a couple of not very good choices, in my opinion. Also 10 healing value. I don't know if that's a lot or not a lot. Let's go with this one.
Big talk, as always. Yeah, I've never seen you people do anything but fireworks and illusions. Not much use during a real fight, as is evident from you being in here rather than out there. Okay, that was easier than I expected. Now, unfortunately, we'll have to stop.
In the fucking neck. He used to be an adventurer.
I always found it puzzling that these people won't bathe. You, I understand, you're literally rotting in this damned cell, but them, there's just no excuse for the stench. There they are, finally. I know, you have a million questions forming in your head, but they'll have to wait. One of these keys will open your cell. When you get out, head left. I'll scout ahead.
Equipment screen. Loadouts. Blah blah blah. Quick slots. X without entering the quick wheel. Cycle with C. I just want to see. So it doesn't even tell you how much, like with light armor, it doesn't even tell you how much reduced damage you take or anything like that. Like, the amount of information that you're provided in this game is fucking terrible. You see, like this. This is how the game is supposed to display stats. Not like this dog shit over here. This is how it's supposed to display. It shows the encumbrance limit, it shows the melee damage advantage, all of this stuff. This is how the game is supposed to be. Okay, mana regeneration, that's good. So the game does have mana regeneration. That's the first thing that I wanted to see, because some of these games don't have mana regeneration at all, and then the only way that you can gain mana is through potions or resting. Okay, so that's at least something already, which is good with regards to the gameplay. Where's the magic? Oh, there's the magic. You see, like this, reduces mana cost of spellcasting. It doesn't say by how much. Like, what benefit are we getting from having 19 magic? Like, is it 1% or 2% or 77 trillion%? I also want to disable the subtitles. Background dialogue captions. That won't work on the normal dialogue. I want to turn off the captions for the normal dialogue. Okay, let's see if this works, but it won't work probably. I want to turn off the captions for the normal dialogue, not the background dialogue. If the game doesn't allow you to turn off captions at all, then that's just another issue. So let's see. So they said X. Okay, I'm pressing X, nothing's happening. I'm pressing C, nothing is happening either. does it matter if you are dual wielding or not dual wielding? Like what does it matter? It also says projectile 6, 12 mana. What does that actually mean? Like, it would be fantastic if we got some information, but they're not giving us hardly any information. Okay. You said you want me to go left. And how does this work? Okay, so it works exactly the same as it does in Skyrim. Let's see, save. think that's pretty much it. See if my gear, oh, still the same. Right, 210. These actually weigh something, but they don't actually give any benefit. So if I unequip them, then my weight, my total weight will go down. Just like in Dark Souls, for instance. Okay, so that fucker can jump. Fuck knows how there is zombies, undead, whatever it's called, in a prison. Like do they literally just keep zombies here? Or was there some kind of a outbreak or something like that? Holy shit, this reminds me of the scene from Alien Covenant. You remember that scene? Where the robot made a bunch of drawings from the experiments that he did. Difficult to see what can be taken and what can't be taken. I mean, it's similar to Skyrim and Oblivion. In those two games, they also don't help you find stuff to loot, you know. Like in some games, like Witcher, for instance. In Witcher, you have survival senses, and the survival senses show you what is lootable and what is not lootable. But in Skyrim, they don't do that. I would actually prefer it if they had a survival sense mechanic in the game. Yeah, this doesn't look like your fucking average prison, to be honest. I think this is more of an asylum or something where they experiment on the prisoners. Because this is now the second chamber that I found where there's amputation instrumentation. Yeah, this one is a medium. Let's just save. I've picked probably thousands of lockpicks in Fallout and Skyrim and Oblivion and Morrowind. So since they're using exactly the same lockpick mechanic in this game, it's second nature, which is good. Like, I don't really have an issue with them exactly copying the mechanic of another game. If it's a good mechanic, then fill your boots. You can copy what the fuck ever you want. Wow, this one is a literal child with an adult. That's a little bit rough. Yeah, this is clearly not your average prison. And the graphics is actually good. I would say the graphics is pretty good. And the game actually runs very, very good. Like, I'm right now at 210 watts of power usage, which actually is less than I was expecting. We're running the game at 2K resolution, obviously. And yeah, 210 watts of power usage, that is not a lot. That's actually surprisingly little. There's going to be combat up here, almost certainly. There's also a dash with alt, apparently. We need to try that sometime. Fucking in the ear. Okay, those are going to be enemies. Can I attack them from here? I wonder. I don't know if I should go back to the laboratory or if I should just go up ahead. I think let's go to the laboratory. So this game is actually very, very similar to Skyrim. Shockingly similar, actually. Like, really. There's nothing wrong with that. Like I said before, like, some people will complain about a game being a clone, you know, like, whatever. Diablo being a clone of Last Epoch, or Diablo being a clone of Path of Exile, or Vulcan being a clone of Grim Dawn, or Path of Exile being a clone of whatever, you know, like, people always complain about clones, but honestly, if the game is good, then I don't have any issues with a game being a clone, you know. Look at all of the games that cloned World of Warcraft, and there are so many games that are now better than World of Warcraft. So they cloned the game, but there's so many games that are better than the original game, you know. So, like, honestly, I don't have any issues with a game being a clone, even if it's blatantly a clone, like this game definitely is, because there are simply too many similarities so far just for it to be an accident. You know, like, even the stealth, like this stealth icon in the middle of the screen, that is the Skyrim stealth icon, you know. The lockpicking is the Skyrim and the Oblivion lockpicking. Like, it is like really, really blatantly cloned. But, like I say, I don't really have any issues with a game being a clone. The lawyers of Bethesda might have a issue with it, but really I don't have an issue with it. If the game is good, then clone the fuck out of it. I don't care. I have zero issues with the game being a clone. So I'm not sure, like, if we should be going this way now, or if we should be going the other way. Obviously, we don't want to go in the quote-unquote main direction right now. We first want to explore the side areas and then go to the main direction. Yeah, so that's definitely an enemy. Now, magic is really powerful so far, I would say. Oh, you're not afraid to suffer, are you? Well, then you will suffer. Yeah, the cool thing about magic, if magic does regenerate, like if mana does regenerate, then the cool thing about mana is the fact that it is under certain situations superior to archery. Like, for instance, in Skyrim, I don't know if it's the same in this game, we will have to test it, but in Skyrim, ooh. In Skyrim, archery is incredibly powerful due to the fact that you get sneak attacks on your archery, you know. So you can in Skyrim, if you are built correctly and you go into the sneaking build with archery, then you can kill most enemies in the game with a single hit, like literally from stealth. You just stealth and then you archery like a single hit, and it kills literally most enemies in the game with a single hit, except like dragons and stuff like that. But the issue with that is that if you are not in stealth, then archery is not particularly powerful. Like, you can still obviously defend yourself, but it is significantly weaker without stealth. And also the other drawback with archery, apart from not being in stealth, would be that you constantly have to expend arrows, whereas with mana in Skyrim and in this game as well, the mana is regenerating, so you just basically can continue casting spells until your mana runs out, and then after that you can obviously switch to whatever. Switch to... That's actually interesting. They placed the markings as an overlay on this part, but not on the whole part, so you can see when it moves, it actually goes away. So that's an interesting little game developer mechanic there, I guess I can say. It gives you a little bit of an insight into how games are actually developed with certain engines. I'm not sure what engine this game is using, by the way. It might be Unreal, I'm not sure. But anyway, like I was saying, then after expending all of your mana, you can then swap to do like a one-hander or whatever, you know, until your mana regenerates. Or you can just drink a potion, you know. Either way, I would rather drink potions, you know, expend potions in a game than expend arrows, you know. I would much rather want to just craft potions instead of crafting arrows, because 90% of the battles you would hopefully not have to drink a potion, and you can just like regenerate your mana naturally after the fight. Whereas with archery, you constantly have to expend arrows, you know, and in some games your arrows break after you shoot them. So in Skyrim, you can pick up your arrows again, even though you don't ever pick up all of your arrows. Like, it's basically impossible to pick up all of your arrows. You will lose arrows along the way. So that means you will lose resources. In most battles, you will lose your arrows. Not all of your arrows, but some of your arrows. So that's just two reasons why I prefer it if you have spellcasting like you do in this game and in Skyrim, where mana regenerates. It's just less of an issue not having to craft arrows. So this there's a door over there, but that door is locked, so we can't get in there. Like, I wonder, in Skyrim, your sneak improved while moving. In this game, you can see it's right above the end of the and. So if we move a little bit, and then open up again, it moved a little bit to the right. So it seems that only during movement, while you move, does your skill increase. It doesn't increase when standing still. I think this is the one where we were previously. Yes. Yes, this is the one where we were previously. How big is my inventory? Oh, 83 out of 115. Okay. So we are a little bit past 66% inventory. And so far I've picked up everything in the entire fucking game.
You took your sweet time, eh?
Yeah, see, you can't disable
I did too when
the
I was leaving this place for the
subtitles
first time.
at all in the
I
game.
have to admit, the
That's another
Rebels
issue.
are quite resourceful when it comes to death and dying. Great question, truly. But in case you haven't noticed, we're still within the walls of the island asylum. When we're out, then we'll talk. I'm told this path leads to the beach. I don't know how, but if it's true, then I'll wait there for you until dusk. Good luck.
Yeah, I told you this is an asylum, not a prison.
I'm told this path leads to the beach. I don't know how, but if it's true, then I'll wait there for you until dusk. Good luck.
Oh, a lot of stuttering. What the fuck is this? That looks fucking stupid, but anyway. It doesn't say the attack speed. I mean, clearly the attack speed cannot be the same. Let's see. Oh, the game also uses stamina when attacking. But the attack speed is pretty quick. And you can attack about 3 times, then your stamina is up. Yeah, you can basically attack the same speed, but these ones use less stamina. So it doesn't even say the stamina cost, and it doesn't say the attack speed either, even though it looks like the attack speed is the same. But yeah, it's really stupid that it doesn't say the attack speed. Yeah, so I can still pick up 10 kilograms worth of stuff. So if I jump down here, I'm obviously not going to be able to get back up, so that would lead me to believe that we have to do something here, but like how? Don't understand. Yeah, I'm not sure. Perhaps you can't get past there, but I can't help but feeling that you can. But okay, let's just ignore it, I guess. game doesn't have damage numbers, does it? So we already saw another drawback, the fact that you can't remove subtitles. And then it looks like you maybe also can't put on damage, like display damage numbers, which would be another issue. Yeah, it doesn't look like you can do that. That's another issue. Okay, something bad is going to happen.
It's not here.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay, so you have very little forward momentum apparently. That thing's moving into the ground. How the hell does that work? The statue. This one as well. Okay, creepy children.
A long time for someone to find me. Are you here to help me leave this place? Why are you here? Are men here? That would explain the weirdness surrounding us. I wish I could answer. I cannot remember. I know I am not complete. I remember I once knew who I was at some point, but I do not anymore. I just am. I do not know. I think it is some kind of prison, deep in the weirdness. I might be. I do not know. Was I sent here for a reason? Did I end up here by accident, like you? I've been here for what seems like an eternity. I feel I am getting restless. You are looking for a way out yourself. I think we might be able to help one another with that. I shall do something now. But trust me, the discomfort will be worth the outcome.
Okay, now we should be able to activate those bridges, I guess. What if you go down there? I don't see anything. Okay, this is clearly a battle arena. Parrying is one of the most useful skills in combat. It allows you to avoid damage, greatly reduce the enemy's stamina. When enemy stamina is depleted, they become staggered. To perform a successful parry, use block right before the attack reaches you. I'm not gonna be blocking. Okay, and I'm fucking overweight now. Why? How the fuck? Don't even get experience for that. Temporal hold allows you to slow down time, use it however you want to attack, escape, so on. But remember that once used up, it will need to be recharged. You recharge it by killing enemies. Okay, are you just gonna stand there and allow me to switch my weapons? Switch weapons. I'm overweight now, so we're gonna have to drop something. Sort by weight. And then we're gonna have to do some weight calculations. So just like in Skyrim. So that's basically 0.5 on that one. 14 for 2.7. That one is terrible. That one is terrible, terrible. All of these are clearly terrible. Terrible. That one is 0.5, which isn't so terrible. should be enough for now. What the fuck? There's a light over here, but can't seem to be able to reach it.
I am sorry I did not ask for your permission to do that, but I hope it was worth it, as promised. I found a bit of emptiness within your heart. A place where I could dwell for a while. It seems that I am a piece of a shattered soul, judging by my abilities. I used to belong to what your kind would call a four-dweller. I have already told you, I need your help to leave this place. And when we are out of here, I will need your help finding the rest of me to make me whole again. I feel I am but a shadow of what I once was. Look for what is left of me whenever you step into the weirdness. I know your kind tends to avoid it, but you do not have to be afraid. I will be your shield against the darkness. I will try to help as much as I can, but I need you to hold up your end of the bargain. Thank you. We shall meet again then. Find the weirdness and look for me within the darkness.
Okay, so now we can go across these things, or at least activate them. And we also have the temporal hold, which we can use in combat. Holy shit. Yeah, you better not attack me, because you're afraid. Holy shit. Thought that guy was friendly, but apparently not. Hey, finally we are out. Don't know if these guys up ahead are evil or not. Okay, they don't seem evil, but the fact that there's 3 of them probably will mean that it will be a battle. Probably. Oh no, wait, that's the good guy. Okay, so they're definitely not evil. Another cave there.
There she is. Now that we're all here, meet your new comrades, Conquer and Syria. Get some rest, people, and prepare for the journey. We're leaving at dusk.
Not so fast, brother. I'm not getting near a goddamn boat unless I know where I'm going.
Away from here, brother. Isn't that enough?
If you wish. But since we're all here and we have some time to kill, it would be nice if you finally explained what the hell's going on. You've helped us leave our cages, great. But even though we're grateful, you owe us an explanation. What do you want from us?
To show some damn gratitude for one thing.
Caradoc, we weren't born yesterday. No one would risk getting into trouble with the priests for nothing. Why did you save us?
I need you to kill King Arthur.
You're insane. He's insane.
The King Arthur that has already been dead for 600 years, King Arthur.
Precisely.
But he's dead.
You probably wouldn't have heard about it among the tribes, little Pict, but every single time things go down the shitter on this island, a bunch of cowards in Camelot bring our once and future king back from the dead. It's happened before. It will happen again. And soon.
What a load of... fine. Have it your way. Let's say I believe you.
You can't be serious.
He believes that. There's no point in arguing with a madman. But that still doesn't explain why you saved us, Caradoc.
I wish I knew why I was ordered to save you 3 specifically. Personally, I don't see the appeal. But I don't question my orders, and if you get on my boat, you won't question mine. Understood? Now get some rest. The tide's not right just yet, but it will break and start working in our favor by dusk.
Fine. But where are we going, exactly?
To the Horns of the South.
Nice. A bunch of glorified fishermen who hate my people. Why would we stop there?
Do they teach you, Del Rita, anything? To take the Excalibur, obviously.
Obviously.
He's truly insane.
You'll see for yourselves soon enough. Now pin these emblems to your clothes. They will grant you free passage to the Horns. And get some sleep. You all look like you're about to keel over. And we have a long journey ahead of us.
Yeah, my phone rang. I just had to take a call quickly. Setting up a bonfire. From now on, when you'd like to rest, level up, or cook something, you'll be able to set up a bonfire in the game world. In order to do that, you'd have to open the quick wheel and switch to the second tab using right mouse button. The second wheel for now will allow you to set up bonfires, to call back your horse, and use the spyglass. Okay.
I have a bad feeling about all this. I wish there was some other way of getting off this cursed island. I trust he won't kill us until he gets what he wants. But what he wants is... well, you heard him. It's pure insanity. So we're in the hands of either a madman or a liar. And I'm not sure which one is worse. Because someone ordered him to. That's what worries me the most. Think about it. He helped us escape, and nobody even tried to stop him. He just came and went as he pleased. His employers must be some powerful people, and when powerful people take an interest in you, it never ends well. You're not serious, are you? Are you really asking me if I believe that some shadowy people in Camelot resurrect King Arthur whenever they need him, and then fling him back into his tomb when they don't? Trust me, no matter what Caradoc claims, weirdness cannot bring back the dead. The only thing it can bring is misery. Yes. He's also awfully confident for someone so outnumbered. There is a strange aura about him. I can't put my finger on it. But I'll be honest with you. Right now I couldn't overpower a kitten, much less an armed mercenary. I'm not sure we can count on Conquer either. He looks tough, but... well, the priests were sure happy to have him. Still, if push comes to shove, we might be left with no choice. What about them? Why? Have you never heard of the famous horned woman of Avalon before? Of course they're new, you nitwit. A gift from our kind friends in red. Or for them, considering how much they liked testing how well they attached to my head. Same as you, I guess. Wrong time, wrong place. The village I was passing through got raided by the Red Shields. Someone must have really hated their neighbor, if you know what I mean. They snatched me up too. Said that since I was an outsider, I was most likely the one who brought the plague. Scum. You better remember that I can push you off the boat, and I will if you don't learn to mind your own business. We could, but what if we get caught again? Gods only know what they'd do to me now. The bastards were already getting bored sawing off my horns and watching them grow back. Besides, look around. Nothing here but rocks and maniacs in red. I'm afraid Caradoc's boat is our only option. It might be for the best. Something tells me we'll all need our strength.
The voice acting is not bad. Definitely not like terrible or anything like that. I have certainly played games with a worse voice acting. By the way, another issue that I noticed is the fact that you cannot change the buttons for quick saving and quick loading. Like if you look over here, there is absolutely no buttons for quick saving and quick loading. So that is a real issue. The fact that you can change some buttons, but not all buttons, is nonsensical.
right there, pup? Ready to kill a king? Ha! No, but I've met other men like him. It's best not to argue with him. And if he keeps his word and gets us off this blasted island, I'll even help him get his fancy sword. I don't mind beating up some lightkeepers either. Pack of self-righteous pricks, annoying as hell. Ha! Like they could do anything to me. Bunch of wet rags. You'll meet them, you'll see. They go on about duty and honor and protecting the South. Yeah, right. They can't even protect their own arses, so they just sit on them inside the walls. Miserable gobshites. Just thinking about them makes me want to hurl. Ha! What's there to worry about? If that shifty old bastard tries anything, I'll send him to meet his dead king in the afterlife. Maybe that'll straighten him out. With great bloody difficulty, that's how. What's it to you anyway? You think you can try your luck now? I wouldn't count on it. A dozen? Ha! They wish. Those bastards laid a trap, hoping it'd be easy pickings. They ended up needing damn near a full army to take me down. Spineless pricks. They make my blood boil. I swear to you, one day I'll come back to this place, slaughter them all, and then burn it. There was mead, there were women, one thing led to another, and I woke up with my pants down, surrounded by gobshites in the red. I was fighting with my bare ass hanging out, and I still managed to kill a dozen of them. Useless nobs. Must have added something to the mead. Hell no. I ain't letting anyone touch me unless I'm in a brothel. Ah, shite. Just remembered they don't have any of those in the Horns, and I thought this day couldn't get any worse. Anyway, worry about yourself, or the lass with the horns. I'll live. Which tribe do you want to know about? Volker, Svein, Dude? You'll find as many of them as fleas on a mutt. And the only thing we all agree on is that Camelot needs to be put in its place. It's about time we reminded them why they wanted us to come here. We came to this blasted island as one people, but Camelot forgot that the moment they stopped needing us for their wars. They think their shit doesn't smell, and that we're just a bunch of stupid savages that'd happily get killed for a bag of coins and a pretty promise. Bunch of smug pricks. That you will, Bob. That you will.
So he said that we're gonna sail away. I don't really want to sail away right now. But we do have a lot of weight that we need to get rid of. So I'm not really sure if we can like go away and come back. Like obviously this island is, do we have a map? Doesn't look like we even have a map. Pressing M but nothing is happening. It's possible we don't have a map at all. And if we can't come back, that will definitely not be good, because I hate games where they don't give you freedom. Especially in a game like this, which claims to be a open world game. So we will have to see if they allow us to come back. You see, like, there's a shipwreck over there. There's definitely still stuff to explore around here. And if they literally just take you away from here, without allowing you to come back, which is something that some games do, then that will not be good. Well, there's a fire over there. There's a cave. There's still a lot of exploring that can be done on this island. So we must remember to always have a shovel with us. Yeah, let's see if we can come back here. Let's save. I'm not sure where here is because, like, the game doesn't have a map, but anyway. Guess we will see.
I told you to get some rest. The journey ahead won't be pleasant. The sea is angry today. Because I was told to. And there are certain orders you just have to follow, whether you want to or not. I wish I could tell you, but I have no idea where it led. And I don't want to know. All I know is that I was supposed to show you the way. The question was whether you were meant to see it through. It seems you were. I don't need to know, and I don't really want to know. You can explain it all to my patron when we get to our destination. Everyone's working for someone, but don't even hope I'll tell you who I'm working for. You've proven you're a survivor. You still haven't proven we can trust you. All you need to know for now is that we're heading towards the Horns of the South. There, we're going to take Excalibur, and then be on our way. Yes, the one and only. Listen, I can see you have a lot of questions, but I truly have no intention of answering them. Maybe you can just get some rest instead. Well, we'll have to see about that, won't we? Yes, I know it's hard to wrap your brain around it, but you'll either trust my word or you won't. The man has died several times now. It's time somebody got rid of him for good. You thought what you saw in the island asylum was bad? That's child's play compared to the forbidden rituals they performed to bring his carcass back to life over and over again. Because it's against nature, and his sins are way too big to let him persist. Nothing could bring me more joy than seeing his empire finally crumble.
Okay, so do I literally have to go sleep, or can we just go, or what's going on? Okay, set up camp. So it was it Q, and then you right click for some stupid reason, and then bonfire, and then the game becomes Dark Souls all of a sudden. The bonfire will allow you to cook, rest, and level up. There's no other way to add stat points and skill points you earn after leveling up. However, bonfires can be used, can also be fueled by ethereal cobweb. Fueling your bonfire protects you from weirdness at night and allows you to rest safely. It also allows you to craft alchemical potions, identify items, and fast travel. We'll let you experiment with these features. You see, now that pisses me off. Where's my experience? Where does it actually show my experience? Blah blah blah. It doesn't show your experience, your actual experience, anywhere. And what they just did there is level up us until level 2. Which means if you didn't kill anyone, or if you killed everyone like I did, there's no difference. You would be level 2 in any way, which is something that pisses me off. Let's see here. You can also test how fast the game loads as well. Okay, that's pretty fast actually. So if you look at my experience, I'm now literally just like not too far away from leveling up. Now, we probably won't be able to kill enough stuff in the game to level up. Like, I think we pretty much explored everywhere already. And I don't think we will probably find any real enemies around here, I don't think. Like that castle, we probably can't go to the castle. Let's see. I'm not sure if you can even swim in the game. We will have to see if you can actually swim. Okay, so you can swim. Let's see how well designed these levels are, because did they put loot here or did they not bother to put loot here? Okay, so they did bother to put loot here. Very difficult to see in water. Like the visibility is really quite bad. Can't see more than a couple of meters in front of you. I'm literally one away from being totally overweight. We're gonna have to drop something. Shovels are pretty bad. That's pretty much the best we can do for right now with -4 weight. I think they really made it a little bit too difficult to see underwater because bloody hell, you can't see hardly anything. Like really, there could be a bloody chest basically right in front of you and you wouldn't be able to see it. You can actually do exactly the same thing as you can do in Skyrim. Can you believe that? You can put your face just under the water level and then you can see very far. That's something that you were able to do in Skyrim as well. Like this almost. There we go, like that. That's literally the same thing that you can do in Skyrim. Pretty funny. Not only did they copy Skyrim, they also copied the bugs or the exploits of Skyrim as well. Well, I don't really see any more stuff, but it is bloody difficult to see if there even is something. There could be a bloody chest right beneath you and you wouldn't be able to see it. Then, well, I guess that's that. I don't see any other land masses, and I wonder what will happen if you like just swim in a direction, you know? Wonder if the developers actually put something in place to stop you from doing that. You see, like this, you can go like this the whole time to see very far, to basically avoid the sight penalty that the game has underwater. Holy shit. Okay. So for some reason they didn't bother adding textures to that edge over there, so you can literally go through it. I'm assuming there will be nothing up here. We could go over there and see what we can find there, but probably there will be nothing. Like, I'll put my money on the fact that there would be nothing. Ouchies. Let's see if we can swim over there. We're probably just wasting our time, but I want to see how good the level design is. Much effort they actually put into the level design. I don't think they will allow you to go over there. Wow, they actually allow you to get over here. Now is the question, did they... Oh, okay, invisible wall. Okay, so that's what they did. Invisible wall. Everything's invisible. You can just go through the stuff. Okay, that's disappointing. But kind of understandable. I really can't believe that this game has the exact same exploit that Skyrim has with the water. Because in Skyrim you can literally like glide like this just under the surface before the filter, the blue filter, also known as a piss filter, is added, and then you can see very far in the water. Just more difficult to do it in this game. Because the water actually moves up and down. In Skyrim, the water didn't move up and down. They didn't even bother simulating real water in Skyrim. In this game, at least, they did that. There's an opening here. Look, there's probably nothing over there. Or is this where I was previously? Yeah, it's where I was previously. Okay, so we've explored the entire place now. But yeah, like I said, the fact that they delete a lot of your experience is really, really shitty. Instead of just giving the player a set amount of experience, they instead make it so that you just level up and thus you lose a lot of experience. So I'm not a fan of that in the slightest. Okay, so level up. Strength, dexterity, spirituality, and perception. You can choose any of these open ones. Wow, 10% crit chance. That is huge, actually. More mana regen is fantastic. Is there any health regen? Because I would really want health regen. Increased carrying capacity would be really nice. Okay, so I really would want the mana regen. That would give us basically 2 mana regen and then 2.4 mana regen. That's actually a significant increase. But the carrying capacity is going to be better at the beginning, I think, just because I am a loot whore. So in order to do my maximum loot whoring, I'm gonna take this. And then you also have stats. We gained 1 strength from that other thing that we used, the consumable, I think. So let's have a look here. Spell power, mana regen plus 3%. That's very little. Chance to loot additional item. Wow. Noise, critical. Oh, that's useless. Encumbrance limit plus 5. Encumbrance limit plus 10. Wow, that's quite a lot. So spirituality, not very good. This seems very good. Chance to loot additional item, 10%. The rest of the bonuses are bad, but 10% additional loot, that sounds very good. But I think let's go for encumbrance limit. That seems very good. It doesn't increase your mana, unfortunately, but yeah. Encumbrance limit is gonna be fantastic. The higher we can get our encumbrance limit, the more shit we will be able to carry. So that's good. This quest doesn't even show up. And we are done, I think. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
I told you to get some rest.
I don't want to rest. We'll also see if we can go back there. We might not be able to go back there. That would be another issue. I also wonder how the spell learning system will work. Will it be the same as in Skyrim, where you get books and stuff like that, or Like how do you learn additional spells? Because I would want to learn healing. Healing is gonna be very important. Healing is OP in Skyrim.
You have decided to trust Caradoc, at least for now. You have embarked on your journey towards the Horns of the South. But as soon as you found yourselves at sea, black clouds gathered over your heads, like tangible proof that there must be some curse on you. Soon the wind was howling, and the gargantuan waves were towering over you. You found yourselves in the heart of a storm. The only thing you remember is the deafening roar of cracking wood, and then darkness.
Now, once again, low quality 2.5D cinematics. I'm not a fan of that. The rest of the game is pretty high quality, but the 2.5D cinematics definitely take away from the quality of the storytelling. Like, I would honestly just have preferred in-game cinematics. Okay, so the game has mining. I gained a little bit of health back. What's that status? Shipwreck survivor. Reduce incoming damage. For some reason, I don't know why. I also gained experience. How did I do that? Grab. There's not even a death animation for the crabs. Like literally the crabs just stop being animated. That's very lazy. Like look at that, they literally just stop being animated once you hit them. You get quite a bit of lag there. What do you do with crabs? Okay, so they heal a little bit. 4 health. Not terrible, I guess. What's this? Wow, so you have to directly hit the bloody crab in order to deal damage to it. That's a little bit crappy. Holy shit, she's dead. Fucking hell. Okay, I was actually starting to like her and her story that she was being tortured in the place with her horns being cut off. That is actually an intriguing character story. Fucking hell. So I'm assuming all of the other are dead as well. Except obviously the main dude, he won't be dead. This isn't fucking Game of Thrones. What's that up there? Ah, they kill the guy's wolf as well. Seeing enemies on my minimap thing. I really wish they allowed you to have like a survival sense, like you get in Witcher, for instance, or Tomb Raider. Which, why the fuck can't I jump over that? I literally can't jump over that. Which shows you where the stuff in the game is that you can loot, you know, in your surrounding area. Because in a game like this where you're gonna loot like a bastard, it sucks having to spend time unnecessarily looking around for stuff when you could just be shown where the things are. And then you're constantly filled with a sense of dread with, like, did I miss something? Did I not miss something? And like I say, it wastes time. Those guys are definitely evil. Oh shit, is this literally blood or is that a euphemism? Some kind of an entrance over here. Blood cave. I guess so. the fuck? Okay. Was that a trap or what was that? Holy shit. Ouchies. Okay, well that's gonna take fucking ages to kill them. So there's like a thing here. Okay, let's reload. Reload that one. We will be able to kill them. It's just gonna take a long time. I wonder what they're gonna drop and how much experience they're gonna give. Run! Holy shit, they still hit me. Okay, go away, go away. Maybe I should stealth? And they healed themselves. What bullshit is that? Yeah, they're drinking potions. That's unfair. Yeah, no, I'm never gonna be able to kill them with them healing. Like, maybe if they didn't heal, you know, I could do it, but yeah, with them healing, It's fine. I will just take this armor that I got. Nice necromancer armor, and then I will go back there when I have better spells to kill them with, because the fact that there's 3 of them and they heal and they can kill me in 2 hits, it's a little bit brutal. But at least they can't pursue me, like they're basically in a enclosed area. I'm sure there's a lot of exploring that can be done around here, but I just want to find... Oh, there's more wolves. Did they respawn or what the hell? I just want to find, like, the city. So that I can sell stuff, and then that's that. Because I'm running around with quite a lot of stuff in my inventory now. There was an enemy over there. I don't see it now anymore. The game also clearly has a day-night cycle, because it's getting darker. Oh shit. There's an enemy on the wall. Fucking hell. Jumping in this game doesn't work very well. If I go down there, I can't come back up. That's okay. I'll take the chance. Oh, leather breastplate. Yeah, now I can't get back up there. What the fuck is catching me? Like, there's the environment in this game is weird sometimes. There's just stuff that catches you and then you can't move. Nothing over here, is there? No. And full damage in this game is brutal. You really need to look out for full damage. Because full damage does not fuck around. The game's graphics is actually really nice. I mean, needless to say, it's quite a bit better than Skyrim's. How are the wolves back again? Like the respawn rate in this game seems a little bit rough. Like I literally just killed these wolves. And the corpses that aren't even here anymore. So the corpses literally disappeared just from me walking over there. And let's just try to find it down. I'm just gonna avoid side stuff. I just want to get to my main quest. There's fucking something happening over there. There's a big dude chained to a bloody wall there. Weird night. During the night, enemies can become much stronger, so beware because you never know what will happen once they transform. However, they will also start dropping ethereal, cobweb, and unidentified items. You'll be able to identify them at your bonfire. 200 experience for a single one. That's crazy. Dude, you have no nutsack. That sucks. A medium. The game doesn't allow you to strafe while running. While running, you only can run in a straight line or move with a mouse, but you can't strafe while running. That's really irritating. I constantly find myself pressing A or D on my keyboard in order to move while running, and it just does nothing. Like, literally doesn't do anything. And there's some kind of a force field around the town. That's cool. I'm sure the force field won't be a plot point later on in the game. Guy's sleeping.
Stay away from... What's happening? In the name of the All Mother, what are you doing? Could have stabbed you. Wait, I haven't seen you before. All right, true. Why didn't you, eh? You could have killed me. So you're not one of them bandits, then? Who are you, huh?
Why is this guy's eyes like almost literally closed?
Oh, this pin. I can't say I see it very clearly right now. But it looks important. Very official. But I remember Fergus said something about this. These emblems once. Oh, yes, I remember now. I welcome thee, ye royal person, on behalf of the keepers. You are a great friend to our home. Welcome. Please speak with Fergus. He's our quartermaster. He runs things round here in the captain's absence. He'll greet thee properly. Have a pleasant rest of the day. Open it up, boys!
No, you can sleep further. I'm immediately looking for somewhere where I can sell my shit. Okay, maybe it's closed. You can also steal. I shouldn't be surprised because you can steal in Skyrim as well. If there's something really expensive, then I will steal it, even though my weight is an issue. So I can make a whatchamacallit, too close to other objects. What shit are you talking about? What the hell? Too close to other objects. So where the fuck am I supposed to... Okay, there we go. Level up. So first the stats. I want to get my encumbrance limit nice and high. Even though here it will already be increased. Oh, we only got 1 point now, not 2 points like we did previously. Okay, yes, confirm. And then, yeah, we could raise it more. I mean, health is useful. Stamina is kind of useful. With, like, dodging and stuff like that, I guess. I think, like, around 200 weight will be nice. And then after that, I will start investing in practicality and in spirituality. Obviously, to get our damage up and stuff like that. You're just a guard, you don't want to talk to me. I can steal stuff, but like, I'm not sure if this game works the same as what Skyrim does, where you can only sell the stolen stuff to certain people. Light shield, let's try. How much is that worth? Not so much. Like something like this is worth far more. Anything else useful? The bottles probably won't sell for a lot. Yeah, no, they sell for very little. Okay, well that's nice. Free money is always nice. Why can't you jump? Okay, there I can jump. I swear, this game's system is so stupid. I literally pressed spacebar there and the game didn't allow me to jump at all. I don't see anything good. This guy is watching me. Bunch of wooden shields that we can steal. Anything over here? Apple. So yeah, we can steal these shields, but I don't think it's necessary. We already stole the most valuable thing, which was this one. I like the fact that you can load into the game very quickly. It really is quite quick, like 10 seconds, then you load into the game. That's always very important. Okay, can I steal from you? Apparently I can't steal from you. I'm not sure how stealing from people works. Like, what are the... Can you just steal? Okay, apparently you can just steal as long as they don't notice you. You can just steal whatever you want to. Well, this guy doesn't have a whole lot. This is clearly gonna be like the same as Skyrim and Fallout and Fable and those types of games where you just steal a shitload. Like, stealing is such a profitable venture in the game. Just want to see if there's not a very good thing here as well to steal, like a chest. What that I see. That doesn't look like it. And then that's just the alchemy station. Okay, let's go to our quest location. Oh, that's Excalibur. Ouchies. Okay, so apparently you shouldn't touch Excalibur because you get zapped. Yeah, I mean, that already is proof that in this world, King Arthur is evil. Because why would there be a curse literally on Excalibur? You know, like, that's enough proof to tell me that indeed King Arthur is basically an evil undead that's just being resurrected constantly.
Sir, I haven't seen you before. I wasn't expecting any guests, and you don't look like a new recruit. And yet, Odrin let you in. He's not drinking again, I hope. Most unfortunate, but that explains why you just strutted into the horns. I'm afraid I'll have to take action. The name's Fergus, and I assume you already know that I'm the quartermaster here. Now, state your business, and please try to be convincing, or the walls of this fortress will be the last thing you'll ever see. Yes, I know. And that's why you're still standing in front of me. However, these pens were only given to certain people. They mean that in times of trouble, these people will always find a safe haven here in the Horns. And this makes me wonder, what happened to your friend? If what you're saying is true, he must have had a deal with someone well above my pay grade. And that leaves only the captain. However, if you're lying, then you might as well have just confessed to the murder of a Knight of the Round Table. But nobody's that much of a fool, I think. Fortunately for you, I've seen my fair share of morons in life, and you don't look like one. Fortunately for me, this pen only means that I'm to make sure you're safe in the Horns. Nothing about helping you out with whatever you're up to. And let me guess. If you have friends among the knights, then you'll be wanting to talk to the captain, right? Well, that ain't happening anytime soon. Because I said so. What? Did you really expect that you could just enter our keep and head straight for the captain's quarters? There wouldn't be much point in having walls and guards here if anyone could just do that, would there? Anyway, welcome to the Horns of the South. Make yourself at home. First of all, you have to prove yourself trustworthy and capable. I can't let just anyone into the captain's quarters. He's a very busy man, you see. I don't want to waste his time.
Okay, so you can do like persuasions and stuff like that, skill checks essentially. I'm definitely not going to be able to win that one. Definitely not, because I have one strength.
We've been having trouble with the dead lately. The kind that don't want to rest in peace. There are more and more of them roaming the area. It might just be the weirdness, as it is being steadily creeping closer from the north, but somehow I doubt it. Seems like the problem lies in the old cemetery. As far as I know, the fog hasn't reached it yet. You could go there and find out what's happening. There is a local legend about a dark druid named Slaughter? Slaughter, that was it. He was a necromancer rumored to be able to raise the dead and make them do his bidding. It's quite an old legend, though, so unless he managed to raise himself from the dead, I doubt he's behind this. It's old. From what I've heard, it even predates the Horns of the South. The keepers and the people from the village below used to bury their dead there, but after the flood, it's been pretty much abandoned. Yeah, damn druids. They flooded a village of innocent people just to show everyone they're still in power. Fat lot of good it did them. I'm not gonna lie, I'm glad we got rid of them. The things they could do were... After you leave the keep, just turn left and then stay on the road. Here, I'll mark it on the map for you. The captain forbade anyone from leaving the keep, so I couldn't. And truth be told, I didn't particularly want to. We don't get many recruits, and you're, well... Your words, not mine. Good. Try not to get yourself killed, and get rid of whatever's been causing the problem. That's one of our tags. Every soldier gets one when they pledge their loyalty. I just hope the body you took it from was already cold, because killing a keeper would land you in some serious trouble. You know, here's what I'm thinking on that. If you stumble over any of our fallen keepers out there, bring me their tags. Sure, they're sworn to stay here till the bitter end, but they have families who deserve to know what became of them. It's part of my duty, but since I can't send any more beyond these walls, maybe you could lend a hand. I'll pay you for every tag you bring back. Yes? Did you find out what's been happening out there? Why not? Don't tell me you're afraid of ghosts. Just don't annoy them and you'll be fine. Sure it is. What? You think anyone here would bother building a monument to King Arthur's sword just so the place would look fancier? Why don't you go ahead and try? We used to get a lot of visitors back in the day. Pilgrims who came to pray at the Temple of the All-Mother would often travel to the keep to see the sword. Some of them prayed to it too. It all stopped after the temple was abandoned. A shame, really. People should know their history. Legend says that it was King Arthur's dying wish to have his sword brought here, so the South would never forget their people will always be under Camelot's protection. Why not? Nobody except King Arthur can wield it. So with him gone, it's nothing more than a pretty trinket. And people here need a reminder that Camelot is still watching over them. He's not our first line of defense. The archers are. And no offense, Odron, but let's just say we can afford to lose him. I'm sure the hordes of visitors clamoring at our gates can survive the insult. It used to belong to the keep. You could say it was its beating heart. That village was where our lighthouses led the ships, and where the workers lived with their families. Ah, those must have been the days. But then the ships stopped coming, and there were less and less new keepers, and the others left looking for a better life. Until, at last, the sea took most of it. Depends on your idea of interesting. There's a weird statue with a gong, but I'm not sure how much of it is left. Other than that, probably just damp rubble. I don't know. Ask Marg. I'm pretty sure he just sits there all day instead of hunting. No wonder we've been eating nothing but fish. What else was there to do? There weren't enough people to live there, and nobody wanted to anyway. Not since the monsters started coming out of the sea. We wiped out most of them, but new ones showed up every now and then. Marg, our hunter, keeps an eye on the place. You can talk to him if you want. If you need to rest, you can sleep in the barracks. It ain't a royal chamber, but it's better to sleep under a roof than under the stars, right? Especially in this horrible weather.
I wonder where will that other guy be? I forgot his name, but the guy who saved us, basically. Whose stash is this? Is it this my stash? Oh, put and take. Okay, so that's how it works. Yeah, since I don't know what they're gonna do if they find stolen stuff on me, probably not anything good. I'll just put all of my stolen stuff in here for right now. Until I can find a vendor. So I still... Oh, now I have a map, finally. Finally, the game devs decided to grace us with a map. Even though it's not a very good map, and I can't zoom out further than this. You can zoom in, but you can't zoom out further than this. There's a vendor. No, that's the stash. Where's a vendor? There, maybe? And anyway, the map seems pretty small, but I guess this is just like the city map, kind of, almost. Like, this is obviously the city, and then that's where we landed. But the map, yeah, it doesn't seem very big, honestly. There's another stash over there. We should go over there when we can. But yeah, I hope there will obviously be other stuff other than this small map, because this is really quite small. Okay, and anyway. Quests. Cadrock said, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, so I have no quests for Cadrock right now. Like, in order to find him or anything like that. So, I guess from here on, we just have to do whatever quests we can until we can talk to the captain. And then maybe from the captain we can go forward. Even though it would not surprise me if the captain is Cadrock. Like, that will be pretty funny. It would make sense a little bit. Let's see what's in the captain's quarters. We probably won't actually be able to talk to the captain. You the captain? Bloody nothing that I can steal here.
Welcome to the Museum of the Horns of the South.
You're not writing anything, my man.
Keep under Camelot's jurisdiction. My name is Ridderick, and I will be happy to introduce you to the rich history of this fascinating place. A history that began 623 years ago with the first keeper, Sewell Firstfoot.
This guy talks really fucking slowly.
Your attention to our numerous exhibits that are, as I like to say, inanimate witnesses of the history of the Horns of the South.
Okay, thank you. You talk incredibly slowly. How the hell can I get up there? Bloody hell. I'm stuck. Fucking hell. I was literally stuck there. Like, I couldn't move or anything like that. This game's movement is really, really weird. Sometimes you can't jump. Like, it's just really weird. You get stuck sometimes. What's the purpose of this place? It's just a museum, basically. And then a whole bunch of stuff like food and stuff that you can steal. Well, I guess I've played enough of the game to make up my mind whether or not to recommend the game. I can say pretty confidently that the game is pretty good. I mean, I said it before, this game is a almost 100% clone of Skyrim. Like, it is such a blatant clone that like, if they just cloned a game that is as good as Skyrim, then honestly they will have a good game on their hands, you know. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with a clone in my opinion, as long as it's not done poorly, you know, as long as you don't go backwards with regards to the quality of the game and all of that kind of stuff, then I really don't have an issue with the game being cloned. Like, fucking clone all you want, you know, I don't care. Plenty of games are clones, and the fucking hell, come on. Want to steal that shit over there. And as long as the clone is done better than the original game, or at least attempts to do it as good as the original game, then there's really no issue with that. And yeah, this game is a really blatant clone of Skyrim, but it's actually a good clone of Skyrim. It really is quite good. It does pretty much everything that Skyrim does, and the graphics are better. There are issues, like I said, the tutorial where they give you up until 2 levels, that's not good. You lose experience. The tutorial could be better. There's, like, they don't tell you the movement skills, the movement WAs and D, they don't tell you. Dash, they don't tell you. Like, there's no tutorial section where you are told to dash. There's no tutorial section where you are told to jump. There's no tutorial section where you are told to crouch. All of those kinds of things are important for a novice player to learn the game. I am obviously not a novice player, but you have to consider yourself a novice player, because that otherwise a novice player will not understand the game and the game mechanics and how the game works and all of that kind of stuff. So the tutorial could definitely be better. It's not terrible, but it could definitely be better. Holy shit. We got a good battle axe there. And yeah, the game developers can really stand to... Wow, there's a bunch of kite shields here. Even though the kite shields are not very good, like I looked at the price, they're not very good prices. So the developers can really stand to provide the player with at least some information with regards to the difficulty, because no information is provided at the difficulty. So the choice that you make between easy, medium, hard, survival, all of those different difficulty options is a blind one. You're completely blind. You're not told at all what changes between the difficulty settings, and that's really bad. That decision is going to determine the next 20 hours, 30 hours, 40 hours of your life, and you don't know what it does. You don't know what is changing. You are not provided with any information whatsoever. The same with the skills. Like if we look over here, how much am I getting benefit from this on light armor? Like, how much am I getting benefit from damage on archery? Like, it says increases bow stability. By how much? Increases damage of bows. By how much? Slightly increases jump height. By how much? Slightly reduces noise. By how much? Like, you aren't being provided any information with regard to any of the stats over here. You are being provided information here, which is good. So this is how it's supposed to be. Not like this dog shit over here. This is how it's supposed to be. You're being told exactly what is changing and by how much. So the fact that you're not being told any information at all over here for any of these skills is really shitty. And then, like I said as well, with the difficulty options as well, you get no information. When creating your character, you get no information. So that those are all issues that they need to fix. You are not being provided hardly any fucking information in many aspects of the game. Wow, this thing has a lot of stuff. The character creator is really bad. Really, really bad. They might as well not have added a character creator to the game. That's how bad the character creator is. If you're gonna do a character creator shittily, then just don't do it. You know, if you're gonna do a shitty job at the character creator, just don't bother. You know, don't bother. Don't waste your time. Rather, just tell the developers, those specific developers, instead of giving them a job to make a character creator, rather just tell them, hey, is this that other guy? Oh, no, it's not. Rather just tell them to do something else, you know, work on something else instead of wasting their time on doing a shitty job with the character creator, you know.
Of course. I forgot to...
And anyway, I like the voice acting. Voice acting is nice so far. I don't really have any issues with the voice acting. What's all of this stuff? Are these recipe books? Assuming I don't already have them. But I'm not gonna buy either. I'm not gonna craft either of these right now, so I'm not gonna do that right now. And then you can buy a bunch of resources: wool fiber, linen fiber, couple of swords and weapons and stuff like that. But what I want to do is just sell. I just want to sell stuff. So yeah, good voice acting. Graphics is really good. I'm really happy with the graphics, definitely. It's, like I say, definitely better than something like Skyrim, for instance. Even though Skyrim is now already a very old game, but since they are directly copying Skyrim, then those comparisons are going to be made. You know, it's just how it is. If you want to copy a game, then you are going to have people compare the copied game to the game that is being copied, you know. So yeah, better graphics than Skyrim, definitely. I said it at the beginning, I don't like the fact that the game contains copyrighted music. No game should contain copyrighted music ever. The developers have the choice to not put copyrighted music in the game. And this is Sirage's tunic, a poor girl. So the fact that they choose to put copyrighted music in the game is not good. That is a conscious choice. They can choose to not do that, and yet they still do it. So that's never good. Yeah. What else is there? The game is open world. It seems for the most part it's not open world, so it's not like Far Cry or anything like that where it's literally open world right from the beginning of the game. The game is more like Witcher, where it's open world, but it's instanced open world. So there are various instances or maps or regions, and you can travel between the regions. And that basically all of those regions together then comprises the map, the world map. So it's not open world, it's basically like an instanced open world, which is fine as long as the game is relatively open world, then that's acceptable, you know. Yeah, what else is there? Let me have a look here. It seems that the game allows you to sell as much as you want, so it's not like Skyrim or Fallout where the vendor has a specific amount of coins or anything like that. I hope that they add more skills, because this is very a small skill tree. It's really small. You can see endurance is big, dexterity is pretty big, spirituality is small, perception is about the same size, and then strength is really quite small. So I really hope that they add more skills and stuff like that. The combat is fine. I don't really have an issue with the combat. Combat is the same as Skyrim, which, as I said, shouldn't be a surprise because the game is a copy of Skyrim. Yeah, honestly, I don't have any huge issues. The biggest issues that I have with the game is the fact that you're not being provided information. Like, you're not being provided nearly enough information in various aspects of the game. And then I also would have wanted a better character creator, and I also would have wanted a better class selection system at the beginning, because at the beginning they basically ask you like what you want to be, you know, fighter, like a melee fighter with defense and shield, or an archer, or a spellcaster, or the other one was like a mix between an archer and a melee dude. Those are really your only choices, and I would have wanted to literally be able to have a stat allocator and a skill allocator, attribute allocator, where you just where you allocate what you want to do, you know. So if you want to allocate 20 points into fucking archery, then the game must allow you to do that. That is what I prefer when it comes to a skill system and an attribute system and a class system and all of that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's honestly really, as far as I can think about the negatives, that's really all of the negatives that I can think about. So at the end of the day, the game is basically a $30 Skyrim clone. And like I said, if the game is a good Skyrim clone, then there's nothing really wrong with being a clone. And in my opinion, the game is pretty good. It's pretty good. As I said at the beginning, all I can do as a reviewer is evaluate the game as it is currently. Even though the game is in early access, I can only evaluate what is currently in the game. And in my opinion, what is currently in the game is worth $30. Like, I don't care about the future. I don't care about the fact that maybe in the future they will do whatever, you know. Currently, according to the developers, there is at least 20 hours of gameplay in the game. And if you compare that with a price tag of $30, then that's not bad. That's definitely not bad. And even if you only get those 20 hours of gameplay, then that is, in my opinion, worth $30. It's basically a small Skyrim clone right now. Obviously, in Skyrim, you can get far more content than what you can do in this game for $30. But that's just one thing that you have to consider. Do you want to spend whatever Skyrim these days you can get for $5? Even though it's not a fair comparison since the game is many years old, but do you want to spend whatever $10, $20 on Skyrim and get a shitload of content, like 200 hours of content? Or do you want to spend $30 on this game right now and you get 20 hours of content right now, and it's really inconsequential what they add in the future? You just have to evaluate the game as it is right now. So that's just really the choice that you have to do. But in my opinion, the game is totally playable right now. There are issues, but with what I've seen right now, the content that is in the game, I would be happy to play this game for another 10 hours, 15 hours, whatever, in order to just experience the content that the game is right now for $30. So that's pretty much my opinion of the game. It's a pretty good game, actually, and I think that in 2 years, 3 years, when the game has gotten more development time behind it, I think this game can give Skyrim a run for its fucking money, because Skyrim, when it released, was a buggy piece of shit. It was so incredibly buggy. There were broken quests all over the fucking place. I mean, you could just go back on YouTube and search for old compilations of bugs, Skyrim bugs and Skyrim glitches, and there are massive amounts of Skyrim bugs and glitches back from when the game released. Obviously now Bethesda have had years and years to fix those bugs, and there's even a community, modder community around Skyrim, which has fixed a lot of the bugs themselves with a community patch that you can download, which fix a lot of bugs which Bethesda still have not fixed. But yeah, I think if they can just have less bugs than what Skyrim had, and have maybe double or triple the content that the game currently has, that this game currently has, like around 50 hours, 60 hours of gameplay at least, then I can definitely recommend the game in the future as well. Even if they charge a little bit more, even if they ask $40 or so for the game in the future, that would be totally acceptable. So yeah, guys, actually a pretty good Skyrim clone, and I look forward to trying the game again in the future when more content has been added. Obviously right now there's just Act 1 and 2 in the game, so we will see what the future holds for the game, but for right now I am totally happy with the game and I can recommend it for $30. So yeah, like I said, the developer sent me a key for the game, but there are many instances where the developer does not send me a key for the game, and in those instances I definitely depend on you guys and your support on my Patreon to buy more games and to review more games for you guys. So if you want to see more reviews, even if you want to see reviews of specific games, then you can support me on Patreon. And if you are a Patreon supporter, you can just message me and tell me what game you want to see reviewed on the channel, and I will certainly make a concerted effort to do a review of that game. So yeah, that's what you guys can do if you want to see more reviews. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you guys next time.